welcome. What are we looking at today? Well, today we're looking at Wooden Soul. This is from a local brewery, well, out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Indeed, I have had several things from Indeed. As a matter of fact, I have some of the black ale over in the beer fridge. This one is a wood barrel aged ale brewed with mangoes. It is a Brett Saison. Some say session, some say Saison ale. And it's got a relatively decent chance of being good because it has this. It has protection. Okay. Living beer, which means it's alive. It's alive. Hopefully some of you will get to see this one. Oh yeah, there was some spunk on the bottom. Good carbonation. Kind of looks like a urine sample from Heffy 67. It had good carbonation. Of course, you know, it kind of did that soda pop almost thing. You know, gone. Kind of almost smells like a mango sour. That was an L, right? Yeah, it's an L. So, okay. Cheers, guys. Ooh, a lot going on. Up front, has a lighter mouthfeel. It actually has a fairly non-aggressive flavor up front. To be honest, right up front, it's almost like you are drinking, you know, like a flavored water, like almost like a seltzer water with a little bit of mango flavor in it. I mean, if it just ended like right there, you'd be like, what a ripoff. But the longer you wait, the middle is just all flavors of that oak barreling. Almost like a combination of that and a bread or a biscuit, like just a real mellow, no carbonation, just like how they're getting that distinctive flavor, or that almost non-existent flavor of the almost like seltzer water with a slight bit of mango flavor into that really nice barrel oaky barrel kind of flavors. Almost like a sour up front, sort of, but that immediate. That's why that oakiness in the middle is so weird. Is because it like 100% cancels out any kind of a dry or a bitter or a sour that went on seconds earlier. Then it kind of all ends on flavors of the mango and that nice oakiness. Wow. Okay, I am. If you're wondering where the brew review went, or if you still have a link, they left all of everybody's comments so I can read them in the community feed. But YouTube decided that it was just too intense for you to see that poor girl's buttocks. It's amazing what YouTube will censor and what they won't. In this particular instance, I am not 100% sure if we can just thank YouTube or one of the schizophrenic douche nozzles that we've had in the past, but just so that everybody's 100% clear, I am providing a link down below. If you'd like to check out that video, I re-uploaded it under the account that will get used if they shut this account down, the Captain Dick Nozzle account. But be warned, if you click on that link, I will, in the event that it happens immediately, then I'll know that it was a douchebag, somebody that's got some mental illness issues, that's why it got, reported or something. I'm not entirely sure, because YouTube is just a fuckfest of libtardness. But I'm just saying, if you want to check out the 1050 barrel age, I'll have a link provided, but know that if it comes down to it, I will. That will give me the ability to track everybody that clicks to go over to watch that video. I'm just being honest. Click away. Most of the time, I already know this because the cool guys, the friends of the channel, leave a comment. It's like, ooh, I know it's all risque. It could be another strike. As you can see, I don't really give a fuck, because YouTube, you are who you are, and the people that leave the comments, you guys that are watching this, are my friends, and we'll just move to another location. It's that simple, like overnight. I actually originally thought about just re-uploading it, but you know what? Nah. And then I thought maybe about redoing it, which I still have 2 more of the 1050s. And then I was just like, I was actually kind of proud of some of the, my heartfelt things that I said about the libtards in that video. So that's why I just wanted to just put it up as is. Could have talked to John Solar to figure out how to do it, to do the blur out thing. I know the software has the ability, like I could blur out my face and anywhere I moved it would do it, but I couldn't figure out how to make it work right. And then the rendering part of it looked like it was going to be ridiculously long, and I'm just like, you know what, fuck that, YouTube isn't worth it. But until it got shut down, first was Joey Cuz, second was Ben N, third was Ed. Here, it'll be interesting to see if you guys get notified that I gave you a heart for a video that was pulled. Under the appeal thing, I clicked on it and I said, I thought YouTube was all about supporting the Second Amendment. Oh yeah, that's right. You guys are all libtards. Laugh out loud. And then I hit send. Master Chew, top 5. Rich Huff, here, cheers. John Solar, 283. Oh my god, top 10, and I get to comment. Tardisius, congratulations, Minnesota curling team wins the gold. I actually watched that, I actually got to watch that live, and normally I only watch women's curling. It was pretty exciting. I mean, when you really start to hunker down with a couple of drinks and some curling, oof, game on. No, thank you, Tardisius. Congratulations. I actually did watch it live. Gillian, they owned that whole match. Sweden didn't even have a chance. Gillian, top 10, cheers all. Gillian, no 1050 beer here. Very seldom is it here either. Musical Bullet, I'd like to propose a toast to honor. If you can't come in her, come on her. Joey, I did a home batch of brew that I think JR10 was talking about. The maker's mark works very well in it, and the overall alcohol percentage that I got when I brewed mine was 10.2. I still think knob would be better. I mean, once you've had knob, you just always want a little knob. Joey Cuz, I think I like that HK. I liked it when I came out there and shot it that weekend. She wanted to sell it. If she wants to sell it, let me know. Joey, I really like that pistol too. If she wanted to sell it, I'd probably, figure out a way to arrange whatever the hell it is that she wants and keep it for myself. I'm not sure how noisy that is. I completely forgot about those. But, the show must go on. If it starts to spin out or something, I'll go pause it. I'll hit the menu button. Mr. Holster, oh, come on. I just got notified. Nice Best Western commercial on the beginning. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no more using my my YouTube money to pay my cell bill. Evidently, Carbon Media, they're the group that I belong to that still puts stuff in. I think General Motors still likes to advertise on the Brew channel. Go figure. But it's quite obvious that being that I basically said, I don't give a shit about any of this anymore, and anybody that does monetizing, they will not cut you a check until it's at least $100. And from what I got notified the other day, it looks like it's going to be at least 5 months before I see any money anymore. Then again, I am not here for the money. I'm here for the community strikes. Mr. Holster 308, the stuff that dreams are made out of. Mr. Holster, tomorrow will be the first time I will have used the Bobcat to plow snow in 3 years. See, I could have easily used a snow blower up at the job site, but why when you have a Bobcat? But the Bobcat was taken, and then we had it looked like at least 10 inches up there, and I had no choice but just to drive in and drive out. Then one of the owners, he told me that he was going to go plow it yesterday or today. I hope it was today. It definitely wasn't. Before 10 o'clock this morning, because I ran up there at 10 o'clock and made a couple passes through. In order to actually get in, I had to back up to the other side of the street and just take a run at it. And when I got out and looked at my truck, it looked like I had done some kind of an off-roading snow commercial. It was pretty good. Here, hang on just 1 second. Sorry. It was probably about to get noisy, so just cut to the chase there. Mr. Holster, I like IPAs more than life itself. I'm trying to think. In comparison to how much rye whiskey I've watched you drink, when you drinking all these IPAs? Joey Cuz, they made little blue pills so you can get it up in back of your truck. Just trying to help. Thanks, Joey. The problem is you. Once again, I didn't take the tape measure to it, but common sense I can see by looking at it. The snowblower, the chute. Now, I've seen where people have left the door on their topper up and then just had the handles hanging out the back. But the chute is actually higher than the handles, and of course, the handles has the controller that it's got like a stick shift gun kind of controller for moving the chute up and down and left and right, and that's higher than anything but the chute is still higher than the top of the handle, so it's just, it wasn't. And then there was the, how am I going to get it up in there, because I know I'm giving Joey plenty of material. Christine, I pulled the snowblower out and gave it to Mike this morning, and he was out there for 2.5 hours. I was out there the whole time with a shovel, and I was kind of clearing things out as he went by with the snowblower, because we did like 4 of the neighbors' places plus ours. And I don't know what the final total was from the alley. When I drove through our alley, I snowplowed the whole way, and I have a Toyota Tacoma with a little bit of lift and some big tires on it, and I still bellied the whole way down the alley. I feel sorry for anybody in my alley that has cars. We tried to clear out a few of the places in front of people's garages for them, but if you have a car, there is absolutely no way you're going to back out of your garage, make the turn into the alley, and either go one direction or the other, unless you might make it with an all-wheel drive. But again, I snowplowed, I bellied out the whole alley, so anybody that has anything lower than mine, I think you're just going to high center and stay there. And then when the plow goes through, it's going to be a freaking mess. The best I can ever hope for is sometimes he uses the V plow and he V's it into a V, and he tries to collect as much as possible, and then they push it up onto the medium on the alley or the avenue side. But normally the guy always, I have never one time had them go through my alley and have the blade aiming at the garages across from me. It's always on our side, the lower side, that ends up with everything. So we got a lot of snow. And then Michael ran up to his mother's and cleared out her deck for her. She lives in a gated old people community. And while he was gone, I actually removed all of the snow on between the sidewalk and the street, kind of known as the boulevard, or medium boulevard commonly, because we have calendar parking. And right now, it's on the other side of the street. So everybody today is gonna, and segments is gonna be moving, so the streets are gonna be a total shit show to try to navigate down. But because I removed all of the snow on the boulevard, it means you can park a little bit up on the sidewalk, so that hopefully people can still get through. And then the plows will have to be out later on this afternoon and tonight to get the other side of the street cleared. It's the best scenario for getting it cleared as soon as possible, but trust me, if you have all of the cars on one side and only half of them move across the street for hours, it turns everything into... Yeah, we got a lot of snow. I guess that's the Cliff Note version. Mr. Holster, it's called States' Rights. It is what the Civil War was fought over. I'm going to try not to get into a rant. As soon as I'm done hanging with you guys, I am probably going to bust into a nice dark beer and or make myself a mixed drink and go outside and smoke a big cigar and hang out with Mike. The sun is out. I'm not sure what the temperature is, but they're actually talking we might hit 40s tomorrow, and if that's the case, it really is going to be a shit show. Right now it is 28 degrees. The sun is out, and it actually doesn't feel all that bad out there. Ed, my brew store had 1050, but not the barrel aged. Damn, that's the first time I've ever seen it. In all the years that I have been able to get a hold of 1050, this is the first time I ever got it. And the fact that it was from Super One actually kind of shocks me. Joey Cuz, yeah, right, compromising, 10 rounds, they will stop bullshit. How about 7 and then 5 in the city? See, that is just it. That is just it. I'm only going to say this one more time. I will not compromise. I will not compromise. I will not field a conversation with somebody about how it's only a bump stock, or it's only a handguard, or it's only a barrel length, or it's only a magazine count, or it's binary triggers, or whatever your fucking excuse is. All we've done is compromise. Done. Don't want to compromise. Fuck you. We keep the bump stock. We keep the. Let's go back and get our fucking rights to full autos back. Do I give a shit about a bump fire stock? Not at all. As you know, I got rid of it. It's a waste of money. It's inaccurate, and it looked like fucking shit on my rifle. Aesthetically, I hated it. But don't try to fucking tell me I have to give it up. Not sure what I said, where it was said. If it was on yesterday's brew review, I apologize. But for fuck's sakes, at one point in time, you could order a Thompson machine gun and have it delivered to your house. You could go down to the hardware store and get an M1 out of a barrel. Now, you got fucking, you can't have this and you can't have that. Well, Jesus Christ. Think about that. Those people. Oh, you know, it's okay. You know, we shouldn't have this. We should just bend over and take it in the ass. No. Done. I agree 100% with my brother, the ATF sucks. When Trump was running to be president, and as you can still see, I 100% endorse him. But I can still bring things to your attention that piss me off. That's called freedom of speech. And I shouldn't feel bad that I want to be free to talk about what pisses me off. When Trump was running to be president, he said, the last 8 years, all you had is your rights infringed upon. You won't have to worry about that no more. Then, well, we better look into these stocks and these triggers and raise the age of 21. You know, the guy can go fucking die fighting for our country, but he can't come back and buy a fucking gun. No, we don't compromise. And I can be upset with the Donald because he's the one that said it, right? Anybody fucking calls me out if I say something, then go back on it. Ilian, my internet shut down halfway through the blog radio show. That sucks. Joey Cuz with a goddamn novel. Don't know if you saw it, but there was a post going around on Facebook, and the title was "Fuck You, I like guns." I'll give you the Cliff Note version of it. Basically, the article is from a vet saying how he was trained in the military to shoot all types of different weapons and basically trained to kill. He doesn't think civilians should own an AR-15 or any type of military-style weapon. Then he goes on to say how civilians keep saying that they should own weapons that the military use. He basically says he doesn't care how good of a shot you think you are. If the military turns on civilians, they will destroy each and every single one of us. Then he says, just remember, we have grenades, tanks, airplanes, so on and so forth. Well, Joey, I'm not quite sure how I feel about that. Joey, here's the link for the story. And then Joey gives the link, which means, being that YouTube decided that fine ass of that girl laying on the airplane was too much for you to handle and broke the community guidelines and gave the Brew Channel a strike. Nobody will be able to go and find this link unless I remember to add the link into the description box, which I'll try, but there's alcohol involved. And Mr. Holster, I have had a deal with the state government for years. They leave me alone and I keep my mouth shut. Ed, I say do not give up nothing to the libtards. Where's Jim with the van? Question mark. I may be recovering from surgery, but I can still shoot. Muzzle first. Knob Creek is better than Maker's Mark. Great review, sir. There's another one for you, JR10. And JR10 Desert Gold, and ATF Sucks, and Mario, and Ed. Am I forgetting somebody? All called in last night. And Christine always, first of all, she acts shocked, but I don't know why. She's like, I don't even know why these guys even bother calling. She's like, they're so articulate, know what they're talking about, and it's like, I think Chris does a very good job, and I think she knows what she's talking about. The amount of research I watch her do is actually fairly impressive, but yeah, she really appreciated all you guys calling in, and as always, thought it was great for the information that JR10 brought to the show, and ATF Sucks brought to the show, and Mario, who, nothing against you, Mario, but sometimes Mario's like squirrel. Mario was dead on his game last night, talking about the subject, and Ed. So I just thought I'd let you guys know how much she appreciates when people call in and bring some awesome dialogue to the show. Smile Money, I love it when you rant. The anger level goes to explosive level. We have had electronic thermometers, blood alcohol meters. We need a blood pressure heart rate monitor on your channel. Then we can have a contest to see who can raise it the most. My money is on Chuck. Yeah, fuck Chuck. The fuck is he even? He doesn't even know what he's fucking talking about. There's someone on fucking meds. Oh, so I don't forget, in the promo for Christine's show, there was a gentleman, and I can't remember the name of his channel. He left a link, which was actually to a PDF file, and it covers, seriously, if I remember, I'll put it here. I'll put it right fucking there. If I forget, go check out the promo for Christine's Blog Radio last night and look for his link and fucking take a look at it. Every single shooting that has taken place, all those fuckers were on Ritalin. The hell was that? I think it was a floaty. All of them, they're on fucking drugs, and I want to thank him for the link. And I shared it last night. Anybody that was in the chat room, I hope you checked it out. And it gave the person's name, the drug they were on, the amount of the people they fucking killed. I mean, some of them were very sad, very sad. Guy on drugs, you know, kills his wife, then grabs his child and jumps off the balcony of his apartment building. All these fuckers, they have one thing in common. They're on drugs. You know, if you want to look for an explanation, if it's not sunspots, it has to be the drugs that we're putting in our children. Because guess what? You know, on the research that I did, there weren't children killing children. The phenomena of children killing children with guns in schools started in like 91, 99. About the time we started fucking medicating our kids. Think there's a link? But yet we blame the gun and the NRA. Let's blame the NRA. I forget again. How many members of the NRA killed people in the last 10 years? Oh yeah, none. Yeah, that's right, none. But it's not political. Mr. Holster, nice to see you take your time and enjoy the brew while still maintaining your obligations. Well done, sir. Thank you, my friend. Smile Money, you started to talk about another gun for the youth giveaway and got cut off by Bush Beans on Locked and Loaded. I heard it is a Heritage 22 Magnum. Details. Our friend in the family, our friend of the show, the ATF Sucks, has indeed purchased a Heritage Arms revolver. It looks just like my Blackhawk chambered in 10 millimeter. and it is it has the 22 long rifle cylinder and the 22 Magnum cylinder, and maybe it's hard to tell now because of the weather, but there's a good chance that it will be at Bill's Gun Repairs, my FFL, tomorrow, in which case you guys will see it ASAP. So now we have the CZ512, the shotgun, that beautiful TriStar 20 gauge use shotgun, the Beretta Nanos, and now the Heritage 22 single, like it's a, you know, a cowboy single action revolver in 22 long rifle and 22 Magnum. So there you go, smile. Rich Fumaster 212, that looks amazingly delicious. Where is the stuff made? Never mind, I read the label. Laugh out loud. Rich again, exactly hard to match when you have a job. Scumbag, liberal, snowflake, losers need to be into forced labor camps. Rich again, that is a delicious HK. I've actually never had one of those P30s. Tried getting one last week, but Gunbroker said, no P30 for you. Laugh out loud. Well, that sucks. Rich again, we are in complete agreement. There is no compromise with the Second Amendment. Bring the van. I'm game. There you go, Jim. Rich again, damn, I missed the last comment by a refresh click. Sounded like yet another awesome stout. I gotta go get some of that. Another fine review, brother. Cheers. Yeah, the 1050 is barrel age is very, very limited. Along with company, oh my, that's quite the brew, babe. I am definitely an ass man. So is YouTube. A pain in the ass. Real cold burnout. We the people voted in a bunch of politicians that claim they would secure our borders and protect our Second Amendment rights. POTUS, SCOTUS, and Congress. It's time for them to put up or shut up. Bunch of damn rhinos or worse in office right now. Amen. And more cowbell. I don't always agree with the real Cobra Burnout, and sometimes I actually start to wonder if the reason that we disagree with each other sometimes is just so that we can feud, because the best part about feuding is making up. If you know what I mean. But it's always a sweet thing when the two of us could not be more aligned. Real Cobra Burnout. He put a link to Big Meat Sunday. I have one in the Tac Pack giveaway. Tac Pack ended up sending another box. It looked like, well, I told you, it looked like it was a little munched up. So you guys knew before they knew, but yeah, there's a link to WTF So Cal and Big Meat. And Keck, cheers, American Patriots. The rest can drop dead. Aunt Keck, great review, E. Thank you, Aunt Keck. Bulwark 1911, wax on, whack off. And there's going to be no reason to hit the refresh button because Bulwark ended up with the last comment before YouTube decided that it was side ass. I mean, there was no crack, there was no hole, there was no, none of that. But, they know best. Compared to some of the stuff I've seen, you watch someone cut someone's head off. I'd rather look at that brunette's ass, to tell you the truth. But like I said, I'll put a link to my backup channel, the one that will be the security channel for if anything ever happens over here. And I really don't give a fuck. And like I said, if you are the mental whack job, just be known that So, Remember I told you I gave this knife to Corey for his birthday yesterday? Well, at like 10 o'clock at night on a Sunday, I told Chris, I said, I'm just going to give this knife to Corey for his birthday. And she goes, oh yeah, I really think he'll like that one. That seems like a pretty sweet knife. So at 10:30, 11 o'clock on Friday night, I ordered another one off of Amazon, and it showed up today. Feels the same as the other one. Actually, this one, the detent is just a little bit tighter, but it still opens. Again, you're looking for something to carry in your pocket, something you can stuff in a snowflake's forehead and then wipe your fingerprints off and walk away and not worry about it because you're only out $35, but you want it to be able to do that. I mean, sure, if you want to take forth the effort to flip it, it does have a flipper on it, but when it comes to, this is the only one that I own that opens as easy as it does. So, as you can see, I liked it so much I gave one as a present and bought another one for myself. Let me tell you about this, and then I'm going to step outside and drink me some dark beer. Or am I going to drink vodka? I might go with vodka. Vodka. I'm actually pretty impressed with this. I don't remember what I paid for it. I know it wasn't. I know it wasn't $2. I want to say it was like $6 or $7 for the bottle. So a little pricey. 8%. There's no alcohol present. Again, it's not like your typical Belgian or anything like that. I've had that. It has a almost like where Gun Wild 1 would be like, how sour was it at first? And it's like, well, the initial is like, ooh, and then it's like, where'd it go? Oh, where is that smooth, oaky transition into? I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. I'd definitely get this again, and I'd give it a 9.5. I would think about a good solid 10 if it had more alcohol to it. That is very tasty. It's such a difference between the initial taste, what it turns into, and then it kind of gives you a little bit of both towards the end, except for the sour part. Check it out from Indeed. Wooden Soul. And thanks, guys, everyone that got their comments in before FuckTube fucked it up for everybody. Cheers, and we should maybe, I'm trying to think of what's all going on tomorrow. Till next time.